going on, guys? We're going to get into some nice conversation, but first, let's get into the criteria for Hip Hop Rookie of the Year and what makes you even be able to be on this list. You know, there's some things that go into being able to be on this list, because I'm sorry to break it to all of you, it's not just about the music, okay? It's not just about the music, guys. It's not. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to read it off, and then we're going to get into the artist and why they're in the place that they're currently in. So, Hip Hop Rookie of the Year criteria. First, we have well-produced and engineered music. You got to be obvious, you know. Got to get the obvious stuff out the way, because obviously you have to make fire music in order to be on this list, because if you're out here making, you know, music that sounds like you recorded it in your garage with terrible acoustics, I'm not with it. All right, so then we have signed or unsigned. You can really only get so far as an unsigned artist. Signed, you know, aka DaBaby, he was getting millions of views, and honestly, there's still people that don't know him, but now way more people know him than before because of the fact that he signed to Underscore Records. So, interviews. Okay, interviews are very important. Don't let these artists who don't like to do interviews, such as A Boogie, make you believe that the interviews are not important. They're very important, because guess what? It's not just about the music. It's about the platforms that you're on, and it's about the people that you're in front of. It's about the radio stations you're able to get to. It's about the music and how it travels. Not just about the music, but the music and how it travels. And radio and getting on these certain platforms allows the music to travel way farther than it would have if you're just an unsigned artist putting music on SoundCloud or YouTube. So, cosigns. That kind of goes into what I'm saying too. With cosigns, you kind of need cosigns. You know, there's a lot of people that do it by themselves. They get to a certain level, and then it's like it kind of gets capped off, because you need cosigns in order to get to that next level, you know. Because Rookie of the Year is not just about being here, you know. Like, you can be here. It's like honorable mention. You need to be here in order to win Rookie of the Year. So, after cosigns, we have tours. Okay. Who are you on tour with? Are you on tour? Do you sell out shows? Do people actually come to your shows? What's the energy like? Do people know your songs? Do you have one song? If you have one song and then the rest of the songs, people are just sitting there like, well, what is going on? Are they just mad confused? You know, that also goes into it. Social media presence. What's your social media presence like? Do people engage with your posts? How many followers do you have on all platforms? Are you popping? Do people actually want to hear your music? If you say, yo, 300 comments, I'm going to drop the next song, and you only get about 55, people don't want to hear you. Sorry. So, after cosigns and social media presence, tours, we have engagement. Do your fans engage with your content? When you post on Instagram, do they actually want to comment, knowing you're probably not going to answer them? It'd be like that. So, bodies of work. What's your bodies of work like? What are they ranked? What's the productivity of your bodies of work? What's performance looking like? Also very important. Analytical results. What are the concrete numbers that we're getting from your bodies of work, from the music you drop, your videos? You know, YouTube numbers is definitely basically what that entails. And we're going to YouTube views. How many views you get? Are you a guaranteed mil? Are you like a guaranteed 100, 200K? You know, like all these things go into account. Magnitude of notable songs. What is your best song, and how far has it went so far? You know, like, who has it touched? You know, like, did it reach a large amount of people? You know, what is your most popular song doing in the streets right now? Okay. And we have platforms featured on. Kind of goes into cosigns and interviews. Where were you at? Also very, very, very important. So, got all the criteria out the way. Now let's get into this damn list. Okay. So with the list, got 4 names. But before we get into the list, actually, I'm going to name off some honorable mentions, because I want you guys to listen to more music. This is what this is all about. It's all about helping you learn about the new artists. This is about putting you on to the people on the list and to people who may be on the list. Now, on my page, Taylor Elajas, I recently just dropped this list and people told me who they believed should be Rookie of the Year on this list. And I had some people commenting Lil Nas X should be on the list. Now, that's super just about the music. Music's hard. But however, music is very opinionated. I can think a song is fire and somebody else can think another song is not fire. So I thought that Old Country Road was a very popular, heavily liked song. And I actually know a lot of people that don't like the song. And I've seen a lot of people say, this song can go so far and I still won't like it. And I'm just like, oh, wow, okay. But, you know, yeah, Lil Nas X, that man is a vibe. He's a vibe, bro. Like, he did the whole country hip hop, you know, and it's very crazy because now he is going to have a song with Young Thug coming out, and Young Thug tried to do it first. He tried to do the country hip hop, and I don't think he executed it as well as Lil Nas X is doing it. Clearly because of, you know, where Old Country Road is and in comparison to where Young Thug's songs were when he tried to do the country vibe. So you can just, they're concrete results. You know what I'm saying? Drake about top of the remix. Yo, literally, everyone's trying to hop on this remix. I saw Megan Thee Stallion hop on the remix. You know, I would not be surprised if Drake got on this remix and threw on a country accent. Like, that man can suck, pause, all types of flows that any rapper has, you know. But Lil Nas X, he definitely has a strong cosign with Billy Ray Cyrus. I don't blame people for thinking that he should be on the list. I need a body of work. I need a body of work. I need so much more than that. I need so much more than just Old Country Road, even though I think that song is fire. Don't get it messed up. Song is heat, but I need way more than that. So other than Lil Nas X, some other honorable mentions we have is Quando Rondo. You know, he has other records too. Don't get it messed up. I definitely understand his other records, but we need more. You know, like, now he's gonna soak up this, but now we have to see what's next. You know, we have to see everything else around it. You know, he's building some good platforms so far. You know, just got on Genius. That's gonna surpass 1 mil. So he's on his way up. Don't get it messed up. I'm not saying he can't be on the list. His name is now bubbling in the conversation because he has top two songs. Like, the top 2 songs are on the Genius verified list in terms of people trying to find out what these lyrics actually mean. Number 1 and 2, Old Country Road remix. Billy Ray Cyrus did his thing on that. Like, I did not expect him to come guns a-blazing like that, to be honest. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to your brother, but Lil Nas X, we need to see what's next, but he's definitely in the talks. You know, I'm not gonna say he's not in the talks. These people, though, have put in more work up to this point in order to be on the list. Okay. So some honorable mentions I want you guys to go listen to so we can, you know, have in-depth conversations. So I want you guys to know these people because they're up-and-coming artists, all right? We're not in the 90s anymore. Ice Cube is fire. Don't get me messed up. But, you know, Roddy's also fire. And so is Quando Rondo. So is Quinn NFN. Quinn NFN has a song called Talking My Ish. Oh my gosh. That song. Oh my gosh. Please go listen to Talking My Ish by Quinn NFN. That thing, I feel like I'm going to snap my neck every time I listen to that song because I be like, you know, headbanging to that song. It's crazy. It's crazy. Quando Rondo. Yes, Lord. Quando Rondo is that dude. You know, he's actually on Genius as well. He got some bangers. And we have Tierra Whack. She was on Flex, Grammy nominated, and still, I feel like it's sad because she's going to end up being in a Rhapsody bag, which sucks. It sucks that she's going to end up being in a Rhapsody bag. A really good rapper, not a lot of sex appeal, so she's not going to go as far as she should. That's just what the game is right now, and it sucks, but, like, that's what it is. You know, she doesn't give off that sex appeal, but she gives off, damn it, I got bars. She's going to be one of those females that you can put with the male category in terms of rappers, but, like, you wouldn't put, like, a Megan Thee Stallion in comparison to a rapper, even though Megan Thee Stallion can rap. You know, you wouldn't put, at least I don't put Nicki in comparison to dudes. I put Nicki in comparison to female rappers. But you can put Rhapsody in comparison to male rappers, and I think you can also put Tierra Whack in comparison to male rappers. You know, Nicki spits a lot of punchlines. Tierra Whack, and Rhapsody, they flow and they spit bars. So that's what it is to me. But I think that she also deserves to get some spotlight and some shine. And, you know, she could be considered an album mention right now. Definitely, 100%. Lil Mosey. Oof. Youngin. I thought he looked about 25 in the face, but that man's about like 16, 17. He looked about 30, 39 in the face. I'm not going to hold you. But, you know, he has this video he recently dropped, Greet Her. It was like a little Yo by Chris Brown flip. Fire. Very fire. You know, if you don't know him, got some lean and some 40 in my red cup. You know, you should definitely go give Lil Mosey a bump. The youngins is out here working. The youngins is out here getting it. Don't think that they're not. All right. So pay attention to Lil Mosey. And he actually was also in one of my About to Blast Off segments. I do that a lot. So I tried to give the people notice, you know. Def the Baby, huge deal with Interscope. He definitely did get that huge deal with Interscope. And yo, I definitely respect the fact that he's on this big tour and he's still dropping videos and he's still on live interacting with the people. You know, he's still out here working, regardless of the fact that he's on tour, the Baby on Baby tour. And if I'm not mistaken, he's by himself. Because he has bangers outside of the bangers people know now because of him being signed. But that's why it's also in the criteria. Because signed versus unsigned, a lot of people can know you when you're unsigned, but then you're not going to get a Breakfast Club interview when you're unsigned. More likely than not. You know, you're not going to get that type of interview. You're not going to get that type of look as an unsigned artist. And that's a big look in terms of platforms to be on. And lastly, in terms of my honorable mentions, I'm going to keep bringing up DDG. I'm going to keep doing it. The man has over 400K on his XXL freshman video and his pitch. You know, he has over 400K. And that's not me trying to big up XXL and what they're doing, because it's not even my opinion. It's been proven that it's rigged. It's been proven that it's rigged. But in terms of these pitches, it shows how strong your fan base is. How many views you can get definitely directly correlates to your fan base and their strength in numbers, you know. And actually, not only got good music and single-handedly putting on for the whole state of North Carolina. Biggest thing in Charlotte since Kemba Walker. I can rock with that. I can definitely rock with that. Yeah, he's definitely done a lot of things outside of just making fire music. But for me, the baby and Blueface are kind of neck and neck. It's like Giannis and Harden right now in the MVP race, in my opinion. But we're gonna get deeper into that when we get to those two spots on the list. But DDG, remember that name, goes to some music by DDG. He's one of the very few people to be a YouTuber and transition to the music industry very well. If you know who Queen Naja is, she's on A Boogie's album. They have a song together called Hold Up. That thing's a vibe. It's on the R&B billboards. So go ahead and listen to Hold Up by DDG and Queen Naja. Quite fire. So we got those honorable mentions out the way. And yes, if you see me looking down, it's because I have a whole lot of notes, because I do notes here. You know, I do notes out here. I can do off the top, but I want to make sure I'm giving y'all accurate information. I want to make sure that I'm prepared to have this discussion with you guys. But trust me, I could go off the top. Talking is a skill. Don't get that messed up. I tweeted that the other day. I said, public speaking and talking is a skill, an art, and a talent. You know, you should never underestimate the ability to talk in front of people. So this week, I had to drop Roddy. I'm sorry. But once again, everything's subject to change. He's not locked in it for. We got a whole year. There's several months left. But the year is actually also coming to an end. It's crazy because, like, in January, I'm like, yo, because to 2019, I said I'm going to be significantly further ahead than I was this time last year. Like, I wanted to make 2019 a very substantial year for me. And I think it's been going pretty well so far. But damn, it's April already, about to be May. Like, geez, that went fast. It's about to be summer in 2 seconds. Like, sometimes I'd be leaving my house in my big coat, so thinking it's winter. Like, nah, it's like legitimately spring. Like, the spring days already passed. But so number 4, I had to drop Roddy. I'm sorry, Big Roddy. He's been going through a time with Nipsey dying, and you know, the whole world's been going through a time. So I don't blame him. That was a person he looked up to. That's a person he had songs with. You know, So I don't expect him to be doing everything big in the world right now with that happening. He just got a Nipsey face tat, definitely something that has been affecting him. And, I'm sure he's still doing things behind the scenes, but, in the public eye, hasn't been much happening recently with Roddy. And I definitely need an album this year, and I need it to perform well. Because although Feed the Streets 2 is one of my favorite albums of 2018, I will forever say it. That's one of the few albums that I can listen to from beginning to end, all the way through, no skips. And because it's hard to have an album nowadays with no skips, because there's so many albums out and there's so much music and there's so many artists, that's like, if I get tired of this artist, I can just go to another one. I can just go get a different song. I can just go pick a different artist. I can go to different playlists. Like, it's easy to just switch to something else. So for an artist to keep my attention, especially with the low attention spans that we have in the world nowadays, it's definitely impressive. But it's been mostly features this year. It's been mostly living off Die Young, but he does still put up YouTube numbers because Down Below is, I believe, at 22 million on YouTube. Crazy. But he's always put up YouTube numbers, so that's not really like a surprise. But he needs those bigger platforms. I still haven't seen him on a big platform. He has things like DJ Small Eyes. That's like tier 2. We need those bigger tier interviews. You know what I'm saying? We need those. We definitely need those. And I want to put him higher. But I think at this point he's living off Die Young, which he has way more fire in music than that. And I want him to put out a fire solo song, or even if I don't get a body of work right now, if I can at least get a fire single, like I need something. Or him to, because he just had a song recently that I put on my Stovetop playlist that drops every Friday. It was fire, but it's featured 2 other people. I need him to put out a song by himself or featured with another either up-and-coming artist or substantially notable artist, so we can put him back in the limelight outside of Die Young. Because I know he's going to be one of those people that has a long career, and he's not going to be one-hit wonder. Definitely not, because he just sounds polished, and he's really not been in the game for too long. He sounds extremely polished, but I need him to be on more platforms and to do more things. I'm sorry. And this is me extremely taking away my bias, because out of everyone here, I like Roddy's music the most. So this is me taking away my bias and saying that in terms of the criteria, yes, he has the cosign, yes, he has the YouTube views, yes, he has the engagement, but we need more platforms and we need a project that does better. He actually is ranked 50th on the Billboard top rap albums. Okay, he's ranked 50th on the Billboard top rap albums, under City Girls, actually. Under City Girls. City Girls have the 40th ranked, or I don't believe it's 40th. We'll get into that a little bit later because I have the specific number. But Roddy's album is ranked 40th. Roddy's album is ranked 40th on the Billboard top 100 in terms of rap albums, which is under City Girls. I need him to do better outside of Die Young. I need him to. I definitely need him to, for real. But so he sits at 4. He has the opportunity to get back up, though. Don't get it messed up. He has the opportunity to build it back up. But if I'm going to include my bias, which I'm not, but I'm just telling you, Roddy's music is my favorite out of all 4 of them. But City Girls. Oof. City Girls. The City Girls. I'm a city boy. I'm sorry. I'm a city boy. I gotta admit it. I gotta admit I'm a city boy. Like, I just transitioned to a whole different state when I hear songs like Act Up and Seasons featuring Lil Baby. Like, the City Girls they bringing Ratchet back. Them and Megan Thee Stallion, they're bringing Ratchet back. But Megan Thee Stallion kind of does it more in a freaky, sexual type of way. But you can just hear the hood in the City Girls. Like, you can hear the hoodness in their rhymes, in their intonations, in the delivery. You can just hear the hood in everything that they do. But They're very talented. And in terms of tours, they are on a tour with arguably the Rookie of the Year last year, Lil Baby, and currently in the lead for Rookie of the Year this year, Blueface. So their tours have been phenomenal. They have a super cosign in Cardi B. Okay. And, you know, I had some opinions on Cardi B, but her cosign is definitely substantial right now. It's arguable that her cosign is the biggest in hip hop right now. You know, next to Drake and Kanye. Like, that can be argued that Cardi's cosign is very substantial. You know, like, I don't listen to Bruno Mars like that, but I listen to Please Me because I listen to Cardi B. You know, Tatiana, females listen to the Tatiana remix because of Cardi B. Even if they don't like Blueface, they listen. And to me, I think majority of Tatiana remixes are trash because they're just rhyming Iana. You know, Cardi does have clout, and she literally said, "You can't cancel me." She went on an IG live and said she drugged and robbed men, and then said, "You can't cancel me." And you know what we didn't do? Cancel her, because you know what she's about to get? A statue in the Brooklyn Museum. We can't cancel her. It's because she's always been her. And it's incredible that we actually cannot cancel her, no matter, you know, how much people try. People still bring it up. I'm not a Cardi hater. I actually like listening to Cardi music more than like listening to Nicki music. Even though, like, you know, I like competition, but I'm not saying I hate either one in that debate. But I just like competition. I'm always for like comparison in terms of numbers and performance. You know, because competition is what everything's about. You know, but with Cardi, we can't cancel her. We can't. She goes on Twitter and has conversations with Twitter talking about Offset with things that should probably be texted to Offset directly. Talking about she want to do all types of things that we in the Twitterverse did not need to know. But she's still getting these big brand deals because we can't cancel her. It's incredible. But her cosign is quite strong. And the fact that City Girls were attached to that, and they were attached to a song that had so much controversy that it made the political world. So even though City Girls weren't involved in that, it was between Cardi and a politician that were going back and forth with in terms of like how the song Twerk Cardi B and City Girls have is like degrading and counterproductive to try to push the whole respect women movement. You know, even though City Girls weren't really a big part of that, it was kind of Cardi's fight to, you know, she put herself out there with that. That's still a song featuring City Girls. So that automatically gives City Girls that look. And people are going to be like, oh, who's City Girls? Even if they don't know who City Girls is, and even if the politicians don't know who City Girls is, they might be that old 6-year-old white lady that might hear, you know, act up, you can get smacked up, and they going to get turned. You know what I'm saying? It's possible. It's very possible. So City Girls, they have a lot, honestly. Like, they have the platforms. Been on Breakfast Club, Young Miami. Been on Genius Verified two times. That's 2 times. They have a challenge for Act Up. And mind you, Act Up doesn't even have a video. Act Up doesn't even have it, bro. People want the Act Up video so bad that I'm pretty sure last I checked, somebody made a compilation fan video of Act Up, and that has 1 mil. Just because people want the Act Up video so bad. Like, that's crazy. People want the Act Up music video so bad that they'll watch some kind of random compilation that a fan made and distinctly said this is not the music video and still got 1 mil. So imagine what's going to happen when the Act Up music video drops. I'm jacking at least 20 mil. That's what I'm jacking. For real. Because the Act Up song already has everyone going crazy. For real. You know. So don't forget that. She has everyone twerking. They both have everyone twerking. You know. And male or female. That's always great. You know, it's great for the males to watch. Or, you know, if you're about that life, you can participate. And, you know, the females can participate too. You know, it's good for everybody. They have a high-ranking album on Billboard. Millions of views on YouTube and World Star Hip Hop. You know, 70 mil on the twerk video. 70 million. 70 million. Like, yes, we're in the day and age of streaming farms and you know, fudging the numbers, because when I tell you, bro, there's a whole lot of number fudging in the music industry happening. You know, streams, like this artist got 6 billion streams. Like, truly, what even is a stream worth? But it's something that we can use as physical data to give somebody an accomplishment, and that can also be used for labels to be like, oh, this person has this amount of streams, so that can somehow transition to revenue. But really, I'm just confused on what a stream is even worth, or what, you know, that's just a whole different conversation though. But you know, 70 million, YouTube is kind of more, it's less fudged than streaming. You know, views can still be fudged, don't get it messed up, views can still be fudged, but 70 million is definitely a large number. And let's not forget, Kiki, Do You Love Me? Are You Riding? They were in My Feelings. They had the little snippet in My Feelings. And literally, I didn't even know that till recently. And I'm ashamed that I didn't know that. But literally, I was watching, because I'm not going to lie to you, I was really trying not to listen to Act Up for a while. And then I heard it, and I was like, damn. Like, their delivery is just, the delivery is heat. The delivery is heat. Even as a dude, I can appreciate that song because their delivery is just heat. I love it. Like, I literally love that song. And so I went to go try to watch, because whenever I like a song a lot, I go to YouTube and I try to watch that artist perform it when they're on tour or wherever they're performing it, just because I like watching live performances of songs I like. So I went to go look up Act Up, and I found it. And I was like, damn. And they're great performers too. Like, they're super great performers. And then I hear the, hey, got me in my feelings. I was like, kissing in the rave? The code to the safe? I was like, wait, that was y'all? I was like, what? The code to the safe? That was y'all? And that's another reason as to why Drake's cosign is, even though Cardi's is up there, Drake's is still probably like, you know, made Block Boy, catapulted Lil Baby, put on City Girls. You know, he's even putting on people that don't even make music. Put Shiggy in a whole different category. You know, like, it's crazy. It's Drake's cosign is definitely ridiculous. But I didn't know they were in My Feelings. I didn't know. I was like, what? The code to the safe? Y'all also got the code to the safe? Y'all making girls twerk? Y'all got them acting up? This is crazy. They got the code to the safe. They got people acting up. This is getting ridiculous, but they doing it, man. You know, this is a lot, bro. This is a lot of things that Roddy does not have. He doesn't have the platforms. He doesn't have the challenges. He doesn't have, you know, he has better engagement. City Girls engagement on Instagram, their main page as a group, because they also have separate Instagrams, it's only in the twos. It's 2.56, and Roddy's is like 14%. So, you know, but Act Up is also 83rd on the Genius Verified lyrics chart in terms of people trying to find out what these lyrics mean. So that's also pretty good. They have a lot of buzz right now. Somebody said City Girls in my last Rookie of the Year ladder post that I posted last week. Somebody said City Girls, and I was like, eh. But then I looked into it a little more, did a little deep dive, and I was like, you know what? They actually do deserve recognition on this ladder because they've done a lot so far. Their album is still up there, and they have some great cosigns on that album. Lil Baby, Cardi, Jacquees, King R&B. And, you know, when I looked into it, they've been doing more than Megan Thee Stallion, because I have to drop her off the list. She is still an honorable mention though, and she has the ability to get back up. Don't get it messed up. Like I said, very subject to change, but I had to put City Girls up there. They've been doing a lot. They really have. So next we have DaBaby. Okay, we gonna get into DaBaby, and we gonna get into why it was, you know, Blueface was up here and DaBaby made his way up to the top. But then I was like, nah, Blueface still has it over him. I still think he has it over him. But it's neck and neck right now. And honestly, by next week, the baby could have the number one spot. And I'm just saying that right now. The baby could have the number one spot by next week. That's definitely not far-fetched. It's 100% not far-fetched if he has that number one spot by next week. Because, you know, I need more from Blueface. But Blueface has still done a lot to me to where he can have that number one spot right now. But the baby is on his heels. The baby is on his heels for real, for real. I'm not going to lie to you. But with the baby, he just did more numbers. Just got 3 mil plus with Offset, Babysitter, dropped that music video. And he's on tour. And he's still doing millions of views. It's crazy. He's on tour, still driving millions of views. And what I do appreciate about the baby is that he doesn't need a lyrical lemonade, because his video production team, headed by Rico Did It on Instagram, I actually really love his work. I go in his IG lives a lot. He drops a lot of video production knowledge, but you know, his video production team makes fire videos without the need of like a Cole Bennett. You know, like they're always creative. Like if you look at the Walker Texas Ranger video, that's creative. Even the Shook video that now has 17 million, bro, the baby is in now that category to where he's gonna get you a 1.5 easy. And there's very few artists that it's like when they drop, you know they're getting a mil easy. Like easy, no debating, they're getting a mil. Like it's not questionable that they're getting a mil. You know, like NBA Youngboy is in that category. NBA Youngboy, literally, the most recent thing he dropped, I think it might have dropped like 3-4 days ago, and it's already at 4 mil. Like he does it easy, and Youngboy is debatably not even mainstream. Youngboy is debatably not even mainstream, getting 4 mil views in under a week. Like that's crazy. But the baby, 3.5 in 6 days. He doing that, and he on tour because he have bangers. He can go on tour by himself. He don't even need the extra help because he's been in the game for a while before he even got to Interscope. You know what I'm saying? But the baby's album, top 10 in the Billboard. So he's been doing a lot. I'm not even gonna lie to you. He's been doing a lot. I cannot take that away from the baby. And that's why I'm saying the race is looking closer than it did before. I'm not going to lie to you. The race is looking closer than it did before, you know, because even in this week where he had the 3.5 with Offset, he also got a mil with his artist Stunna for Vegas. Like, if you put that together, because honestly, I need to do more research on Stunner for Vegas, but I do listen to the songs he has with the baby. And I'm not trying to hate on Stunner for Vegas, but I don't think that he would have gotten over a mil without the baby right now. That's just my inference and my prediction. But, you know, if we're going to add that to the baby's stat line, the man has 4+ mil. The man has 4+ mil in a week. You know, very impressive. You know, I'm not even going to lie and say that that's not impressive. You know, but referring back to the notes, guarantee 1.5. You know, they're both dominating in their lanes. They have 2 different lanes. You know, the baby comes with faster flows, and you know, we're not expecting Blueface to drop a fire freestyle on Power 105 LA, but we are expecting from the baby. You know, it's 2 different lanes. Blueface makes party music. Blueface makes get out music, but the baby makes music you can listen to really at all times, in my opinion. He definitely makes music you can listen to regardless of the situation, regardless of your location. He got it like that at this point, you know. But top 10 album on Billboard. Has a genius, like I said last week. Has a lot of platforms. He was on Breakfast Club. Does the antics. Like, he has people's attention. He has charisma. He's very charismatic. But so is Blueface. We cannot take that away, because Blueface is also, I won't say equally as charismatic, because the baby definitely got some charisma on him, but they're both charismatic. So I don't want to take that away from the baby. You know, I don't want to take that away from Blueface either. So even being on tour, still getting millions of views, and the cosigns on the album. First the Kid. Best Friend is a fire song though. Best Friend is a fire song. That's probably my favorite. I thought that Best Friend should have went farther than Suge. But then when you hear Suge a whole bunch of times, you're like, packing the mail. Packing the mail, let's go. You know, I just signed a deal, I'm out. Yeah, you know, like it's understandable. It's definitely understandable why that one took off. But the baby, if we're gonna go with statistics here, give me 1 second. I'm about to plug in my phone into the charger. I honestly been trying to do that inconspicuously for the last like 3 minutes and it didn't work. So give me 1 moment. Alrighty, and we're back. Turn this light real quick so you guys can see my face. Bang, bang. Alrighty, we're here. So, the baby, to me, still second because even though the album is doing well, he still does not have challenges. He still does not have the presence that the baby has worldwide. You know, the worldwide presence is not there for the baby because even though it's just off of Tatiana right now, a lot of people know Blueface. The white community knows Blueface. The suburban community knows Blueface. What's going on? King African Mac still ready for Roddy to be 2 or 1 though. I'm gonna give you a little rundown why Roddy is now at 4 rather than being at 3 like he was last week. I understand where you say that, but we have to live in this world with them, and they do have impact. You know, sometimes if something does not reach that white community, it doesn't go as far as it should. You know, a person like YoungBoy reaches the white community, but he doesn't target them whatsoever, but he's very successful. But that doesn't happen all the time. You know, sometimes if you make something that can cater to both white, black, Muslim, Native American, Indian, you know, it's gonna go farther. You know what I'm saying? We gotta love all people though. You know, we gotta love all people. But no, that would come up girls. Oh wow, it's a little aggressive. But with Roddy, he didn't do much this week. I need him to do more outside of Die Young. I need him to be on bigger platforms. I need him to have a bigger presence. Nipsey died, so I understand why it was kind of a slow week for him. But, you know, I definitely need to see more. Recently got a Nipsey tattoo on his face. Much respect to Roddy for that. But I definitely need him to do more. But in terms of the baby, I was about to go to Pandora statistics when comparing Blueface to the baby. Blueface has over 2.6 million radio spins this week. And the baby's literally not even in the database when it comes to Pandora's analytical breakdowns on Next Big Sound. So I think that also kind of says something. You know, I'm not saying it's always about the platform, but like I said, it's more than the music. It's way more than the music. It's way more than the music, you know. And the platforms definitely have something to do with it because it helps you broaden yourself to a bigger audience. You know, like you have to be seen by a lot of people, and Roddy is seen by a good amount of people, but it's not enough because he's not doing enough. You know, the YouTube numbers are there. The album performance is not. The worldwide presence is not. The music is fire. I like Roddy's music the most out of all 4 of them. But outside of the YouTube numbers, outside of Die Young, the presence really is not there in terms of the public eye. It's just not there. You know, I don't believe he's been on Power 106 LA, but he's in LA. Why are you not on Power 106 LA? Why are you not on Power 106 LA? To me, Power 106 LA is coming up. They're gaining their substantial stamp in hip hop. But why are you not there? You live in California, at least to my knowledge, from Compton. Why are you not there? Stuff like that. These things do matter. The media and the rappers need each other, and we have to understand that. They need each other. They go hand in hand. Okay, but as I was going with DaBaby and Blueface, Tatiana is number 29 in most spins on Pandora this week, and once again, DaBaby is not even in the database, probably because the man just got signed. And like I said earlier, as an unsigned artist, you can do a lot, but you're not going to reach that wider audience until you get signed. That's just, it sucks, but that's just what it is. It is what it is. Blueface has a wider worldwide audience. I'm telling you, when I post the rookie ladder, a lot of people that may not be in the know, but follow me for other reasons. Because I put all kinds of people onto music. You know what I'm saying? Suge is not beating Tatiana right now. It's not. And it's not. If you combine, so let's go with YouTube views first. If you combine Tatiana on Worldstar, Tatiana on Lyrical Lemonade, Tatiana on Worldstar Hip Hop, Tatiana Remix on Lyrical Lemonade, that just smokes Suge's 17 million. Even though 17 million is a lot, Tatiana just smokes that. If you take all the streams from Tatiana Remix and Tatiana Original on Spotify, smokes it. All right, you take the rankings from Tatiana on Pandora, Apple Music, Spotify, smokes it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Suge does not have the ability to surpass it, but Tatiana is just absolutely smoking it. Absolutely smoking it. You know what I'm saying? Especially the fact that there's a rap challenge with Tatiana, a dance challenge with Tatiana. Like, outside of just the music and the ranking and how far Tatiana has gone, Suge may be a better sounding song to you, but it's not going as far as Tatiana has at this point. But it can, because as we see, 17 million, it didn't start off at 17 million. It rose up to 17 million. So it definitely has the ability to, catapult past Tatiana, but at this point in time, it's not. It's just not. DaBaby definitely still has time though. Like I always said, this list is always subject to change, and it's more neck and neck than it was before. But what I do need is Blueface to put out a substantial album, an impactful album. If he does not have an impactful album, like I said a little earlier, DaBaby has the ability to take over number one spot as early as next week. There's a lot of dance challenges going on. I haven't seen a specific one, and mind you, I'm in the scene. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the mix and all this stuff. I would have seen a Suge dance challenge if it was as popular as you're saying. If it was, I've seen some kids doing it. Don't get it messed up. I've seen some kids doing it. Because I saw this one where they're at this school and they're dancing to Suge, and they're all like in like some kind of line and holding onto each other's bags. But I was also about to say, I was about to get into that. Blueface, Famous Crip is ranked 46 in terms of Billboard Top 100 albums. And Baby on Baby is 10. Baby on Baby is 10. Famous Crip is 46. That is a crazy difference. Don't get it messed up. That's what I'm saying. Like, last week, I said it was a substantial difference between the two. And, it's creeping up. It's creeping up on it. Baby's still on tour, and he's still putting up millions of views with Stunning for Vegas and by himself. Well, not by himself, with also Offset. But 3.5 in 6 days, that's pretty damn good. But the fact that people are saying that he only has Tatiana, but his album's still in the top 100 and 46, maybe lower than DaBaby, but it's still up there. You know what I'm saying? It's not like 90 something or something. You know what I'm saying? It's still up there. And like I said before, he has at least 5 songs you can name off the top of your head: Studio, Deadlocks, Deadlocks, Devil's Part 2. What else? 3. Bleed It. I said Bleed It, Tatiana, Deadlocks Part 2, and Studio. and West Coast as well. You know, Respect My Crippin'. There's songs that he has that he can go to a show and he can legitimately perform, and people will be locked in and engaged the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Pull up on your, like, bro, the man will pull out the mop and everyone will go crazy. The man will start crip walking and everyone goes crazy. Like he also has presence. He has presence with the little kids. He has presence with the white people. He has presence with the females, and he has presence with the dudes. That's damn near all the demographics. Damn near all the demographics, to be honest. 10 versus 46 is a large difference. I'm not gonna lie. But being more commercial, but mind you though, being more commercial, but also pushing the content that he pushes is also impressive. Okay? Being more commercial and pushing female derogatory music is kind of like, how'd you do that? Like, his music is so derogatory towards females and it's still super commercial. Like, I don't understand, but that to me is super impressive. The fact that he can get to all these people's heads with a song that's, and especially females, where he's degrading the life out of them. You know what I'm saying? That's super duper impressive. But to me, like I said, the baby can take over the second spot as early as next week, because Blueface needs a substantial album, an impactful album with his next drop. You know, he's been talking about the Drake verse. He's been talking about, you know, all these people that he's going to have in his album. We need the album to come out. You know what I'm saying? We need the album to come out, and we need it to be impactful. You know, some artists that I predict will be on the album when it drops. You know, Migos, I believe that they'll also make an appearance on the album. I believe Drake, because he's been talking about the Drake verse for so long. Because as soon as Blueface blew up with Respect My Crippin', you know, we all saw the DM. You know, we saw that Drake was showing interest with making music with Blueface. You know, but let's take a little dip to the comments real quick, because I see you're having a nice little conversation. Honestly, all of them are garbage. Don't rookies have to be good, period. Now, I'm going to give you one song per artist to go listen to. And then you can come back, or you can report back next week and tell me if you like those songs, you know. Blueface. Blueface is not for everybody. I'm not going to lie to you. So I'm going to give you 2, 3. For Blueface, Bleed It is a dope song. I like Blueface. You can listen to West Coast. That's Blueface and G-Eazy. Okay. And Tatiana. You may not like the derogatory words in Tatiana, but it gets lit. It's a bumping song, you know. It's hard to deny that. Baby. Walker, Texas Ranger. Listen to that one. Listen to Next Song. And also listen to Suge. That is his most notable song right now. Okay. And City Girls. Listen to Seasons featuring Lil Baby and Act Up. Now, I'm not trying to say you're automatically going to like Act Up because you're a female. I'm not going to put that on you. I'm not going to make that assumption. But damn it. You know, I haven't met many females that don't like Act Up, just like I didn't meet many females that didn't like Bodak Yellow. You know, but you listen to it and then you report back next week if you did or didn't like that song. But I'm going to go ahead and say you're going to like the song. But if you don't like Act Up, I think Seasons featuring Lil Baby is also a great song. Okay. And Roddy Ricch, listen to Project Dreams featuring Marshmello, produced by Marshmello, and Down Below. That's a great song. And Die Young is his most notable song right now. But taking a dip back into the comments, nah, Roddy, not garbage, though. I second that. LOL, sorry for the negativity, but they aren't good artists. It's okay. You know, you're entitled to your opinion. Music is opinionated. That's why this show is built off everything outside the music, because music is very opinionated and everyone can have their own opinion on music, you know. City girls get litty too. They do get litty. I'm a dude and I love city girls. I can't even lie to it. I'm a city boy. Baby's fire. It's point blank period. Blueface cool and smart. You should all just say they all good then. I feel like King Africa Mac has some kind of vendetta against Blueface. I'm not gonna hold you. You I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. But it's all good though. Like I said, music is opinionated. Blueface, cool and smart, and I like his stuff. But come on, like I said, there's a lot there. There's a lot there. People still don't know the baby. The baby is far, but people still don't know the baby. His presence is not as far as it needs to be, but it is still getting there. Like I said, he has the ability to keep going. You know what I'm saying? He has the ability to keep going. I Can't Rap Tatiana is too off. Tatiana is one of his more on-beat songs, in my opinion. Now, Bleed It is probably Blueface's most on-beat song. I bite my lip trying to rap Blueface. Nah, Blueface is not an industry plan. Blueface is not an industry plan, bro. He did his work. Blueface did his work. He went to high schools, performed his songs. He started off from SoundCloud, had Deadlokes. People wanted to make a Deadlokes Part 2. He's not an industry plan. He was not planted by the industry. Whack 100 and Cash Money West found him. He's literally the star of Cash Money West. He's literally the star of Cash Money West. They went to go find Blueface. Blueface was already popping. He went and did his work. But with Cash Money West as well, I think Savvy Third, who is the other artist on Cash Money West, will also be on Blueface's new album, because they need to do like what the baby's doing with Son for Vegas and give him the platform so he can be on that worldwide stage, But E40, I think, will also be on the album. The Pump Plan, yes, the Pump Plan, where virality, centered around virality, to get people to pay attention to the artist, and negativity brings more streams, more listens. But I'm telling you, bro, like, listen to Blueface interviews. That man was in the trenches. Had his songs. The fans wanted him to put out a Deadlokes Part 2, which is literally the same beat, basically just a little tweaked. But it's basically the same beat. They wanted to put out that song with a Part 2 so bad. That's how much they love that song. But Lil Nas X taking 2019. Watch him bring Nelly out of retirement. I'm telling y'all right now, Nelly would be. What are you talking about? Nelly or Melly? Yo, Nelly would. Lil Nas X featuring Nelly? That'd be kind of fire. I'm not gonna lie to you. CeCe playing Like Nelly Ride With Me ain't a country song. That is a country song. Watch, y'all think I'm joking. Nah, it was OD country. Watch Baby and Rowdy outsell Blueface. Like I said, Blueface is smart, but he a plant. Go ahead and watch an interview of him describing his rise, and then you tell me if he's a plant. Because I think you're kind of just. I'm not going to assume what you're going off of. But the man was in the trenches. Doing what he had to do. His follower count kept going up, kept getting reposted. He went through a time when he had his meat pick be out there, and that kind of stopped him a little bit. He went through his grind. He wasn't just picked up like a person. I don't know if you know who Baby Goth is. She's an industry plant. Or you can more say someone like Juice WRLD's industry plant. That man just came out of nowhere. Lucid Dreams, bow. You know what I'm saying? He's on top. Lucid Dreams. Had a sting sample, and then he is where he is now, selling triple digits first week. But nah, I mean like Nelly, like Rowdy Me Nelly. Yeah. I thought you meant Melly. But Melly would be my rookie of the year if he was out. Like, that's just a fact. Independent and getting a Kanye verse. Like, that's ridiculous. That's strictly ridiculous. But dipping back into who I believe is going to be on Blueface's album right now, I want y'all to remember this in case that happens, because I will be bragging. We have Migos, Savvy Third, Drake, YG, and Cardi, because I think that they're literally going to take the remix and put it on the next album. Lil Baby, City Girls, and my sleeper, Jacquees. I think that Jacquees will also be on the album. I think all those people will be on the album. I need him to have a fire album that at least gets into the top 15. Because the Baby's album, it has the ability to keep going up. And right now it's at 10. Because they're very neck and neck right now. They're very neck and neck right now. I do not blame you for giving it to the Baby right now. Last week, I would have said it's Blueface right now, like, no debating. But it's getting closer. It's getting closer because the Baby is on his own channel a guaranteed 1.5 million views. Guaranteed. I'm saying guaranteed. He has the platforms. He has the freestyles. He's out there. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely out there. I'm not gonna lie to you. Baby Goth is an industry plant, 100%. That's not even debatable. The label found her while she was like had no music out. The label found her, and then boom, she comes out with a triple reverse. That is literally the definition of industry plant. Rappers pivot all the time. Hey, titty boy, 2 Chainz. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I feel that. But I'm talking about two. Nah, 6ix9ine is not an industry plant, bro. If you go back and look at him being in the trenches with all these music videos, the creativity that him and his mans were putting into these videos, they came from the trenches. I feel like I don't know. I'm not going with that 6ix9ine is his industry plant, but I do have to look more into Baby Goth's history. For that, I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely going off of the interview I watched with Adam22 and Baby Goth, and also listening to more of Adam22 talk about his relationship with Baby Goth. But it was great talking to you guys. You know, we had some great conversation about the list this week. It was definitely some thorough conversation. Like I said, it's definitely subject to change, but I do believe that it's neck and neck right now with Blueface and DaBaby. Roddy needs to do more, and City Girls are definitely on the come up. Watch. They may even be in number 2, depending on how well this Act Up video does. Or we may even see Lil Nas X on the list, depending on how good his music video does, and depending on how good the Young Thug song does. You know, it's very possible, but it was great talking to you guys. I really enjoyed this conversation this week. Yo, if Drake hops on a country song, man, like, he got to be the GOAT. Drake got to be the GOAT, man. I'm sorry, he got to be the GOAT. If he hops on the country music and kills it, he got to be the GOAT. But that Thug remix is also going to be fire. Lil Nas X has the ability to come up. You know, I'm not counting him out 100%. I'm not counting him out. The man performed at the Hawks Arena. That in and of itself is a cosign and a platform, you know, to be. And he barely even really sang the song when he was at the the Hawks game. But you know, great conversation, guys. Great conversation. I hope you guys all goes to the music that I recommended for you to go bump. If you do not know these artists, or if you do not think that they're very good, or if you need a little more insight into what they sound like, go ahead and bump those songs. You know, Blueface, Bleed It, DaBaby, Walker Texas Ranger, City Girls, Seasons, Roddy, down below. Hit those, man. Hit those, please. Please. Great talking to you guys, though. Great talking to you guys. We're going to keep building this audience. We're going to keep talking about who will be the Rookie of the Year until we crown one at the end of the year. I think I need to put some more respect on Blueface's name, though. That's just me. Remember, 7 songs you can remember off top. 2 dance challenges. A rap challenge. He is the franchise player on his record label. Or, like, you know, subsidiary. But, yeah, man. It's been a great week. It was upsetting taking off Meg Thee Stallion, though. Because she's fire. She's up to fire. But thanks for joining me, CC. See you next week. It's great talking to you. It's a great time. Make sure y'all also go bump that new Uzi. You know, go bump those 2 new Uzi songs. They dropped. They fire. You know, 100%. Bye, guys.
Oh, my mic was muted there. Yo, you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I don't know if Lamar signed off Twitch.
Roddy Richie, I never took the safe route. Niggas came from the bottom, I had to make it up. Roddy Richie, I never took the safe route.
Whoa, yo, just hang up this call.
Much